Man, it is good to be back. What is good, YouTube? It is Atlas Thug. I am back. I'm going to keep this short. I want to go into a whole spiel. I did take a break. I was gone for a few months. I got married. Look at the nice, fancy, wedding ring. Got married, had some familial issues, I guess you could say, and then unfortunately had some recent deaths in the family, not only on my side, but one on my wife's side. And unfortunately, and coincidentally, the same exact day that it happened. So I've taken some time away just to, for one, money purposes. Obviously, I'm not monetized yet. So in order to help make up for the wedding while also being able to pay for my son, I just had to put it in overdrive. And then with the family deaths, I've been in and out. I've been taking multiple days away, whether it's to go here, go there. So time off all over the place. So obviously the lighting's not perfect. I'm finally getting back into my actual studio here. So I've just been working on getting everything back up and running. I didn't even have my laptop in the room before I sit up to record for this. And I'm going to keep it short too. I'm going to move it quickly. I'm going to get something out there at least. So thank you to everybody who's still subscribed to me. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate, just the general mission we're trying to push for, just not only from the commentary of just laughing at things that are just blatantly ignorant, whether it's just blatantly degenerate, to having good times and laughing at things because this is 2020, this is 2023 and this is the America that we have. Look at what we're doing as a country. And then you got the Israel-Palestine conflict that happened. You had the ousting of Kevin McCarthy, multiple things that I was unable to cover because I had taken time away. And partly too, the integrity aspect of being a somewhat kind of YouTube journalist, right? I hate going into something and wanting to cover something if I don't feel like I know the in and out of everything. So when I'm not in it all the time, I'm not as actively looking at the news, I feel like I lose credibility as someone trying to talk to you, the viewer, and try to explain the situation. Because the last thing I want to do is grift or be a grifter or go too early on something when I didn't have any idea what I was talking about. So without further ado, we got two quick things. They're very slightly related, although not really. We'll start with the funny one first. Let me kind of get my big head out of the way. So let me see. About here's probably about right. Okay. So I saw this first on Twitter, and then I did catch a Tim Pool segment about it, and I thought it was funny. But you had, and this is from Greg Price, by the way, Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, Senator Mullen, and Sean O'Brien, some labor leader. They get into an altercation, right? Now this is because the senator was responding in kind to a tweet that had been put out by this Teamster. And I'm not going to go through the tweet. I'm not going to put it up either because the senator in this video reads it out loud because he's kind of he's confronting the allegations in person. And I just think it's hilarious. And this is kind of a question of, should we allow mutually agreed to, consented to combat in our politics, in our political arena? And, I kind of like the idea. I like the idea a lot. Now, obviously, in this setting, it's not sanctioned whatsoever. It just literally was about to be two guys standing up. But without further ado, I'll quit talking. Let's play this video.
Like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
It's hilarious that Bernie's the one that called it. His voice is just so distinct. Anyone who has ever heard Bernie speak at least once would immediately kind of recognize that voice. The one thing I will say is, he just is so motionless. Get back to a still face of him. He's clearly angry, but it's that stern disciplinarian anger, I'm going to teach you, son. He was confident in what he was about to do. And then tidbit of information, I found this out when I was listening to a podcast earlier. Senator Mullen is, if not out of two, of the only senators who doesn't currently have a bachelor's degree. Secondly, he is a formal mixed martial artist. He was I believe his record was 5-0, a 5-0 undefeated mixed martial artist. Now, if you're going to ask me the credentials of this guy just based off of the general Lord, I can't speak. Forgive me. The physiognomy, I can't speak. Forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of what I'm seeing from this guy right here. Well, I'd put a lot of money on Senator Mullins if it was an even bet on that, man, because there ain't no way. No, obviously it didn't. It just was a heated moment, heated exchange. A senator's kind of like, you respect my dignity, my honor. This is like more of like an honor mutual thing.
Okay, sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr. Chairman?
Hold it. If we can, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing.
Now it is funny. And good for Bernie, because that's, the quote unquote the right thing to do in that situation, right? Like, don't let two guys just start duking it out over something when like there's nothing in place, let alone like, do you want it? Like, do we want to have somebody get like very, very seriously injured, like on camera in front of family? Like, like we don't want that. As much as I would enjoy the mutual combat, it needs to be instituted in some kind of meaningful way so that it means something. And so that it's like relevant to politics too. Like, whoever wins, like, okay, their point was heard. Like, you lost the fight, dude. Like, come back in a year if you can fight again, defend your honor. But that was the funny thing, right? This was a little tidbit. I'm sure nothing's going to come of it. It's a bit of piece of media. I haven't seen Bernie in a long time. Now, to get to the real beef of what I think is reaching, I guess, like tipping point of idiocracy, tipping point level of like, what are we doing? Like, just like if you wanted to look at what America was doing, like, oh, that's America. If I could just give you a headline, let's get this one right here, because this is the serious political fighting. Where's the headline? Am I missing it? There it is. GOP lawmaker claims Kevin McCarthy elbowed him after meeting, sparking altercation. Now, I believe his name is Timothy Burchett. Am I getting that right? Tim Burchett. Yeah. So it's Tim Burchett claims that Kevin McCarthy got a clean kidney shot on him. Now, what I'm going to go to is X, because I hate using any kind of really news media outside of that. I got 3 videos back to back here. From Charlie Kirk. The plot thickens. Kevin McCarthy denies delivering a clean shot to the kidneys on Rep. Tim Burchett as alleged payback over speakership ouster. So, fill in. Burchett was one of the people who voted to oust McCarthy. So, clearly there's bad blood there. In this little snippet from a video we'll play it. I guess our shoulders hit. I did not run and hit the guy. I did not kidney punch him. And again, another point I'll point out to you to make more sense of how kind of ridiculous this is, to say that your shoulders hit. Anyone who's been in a government building, whether it's a state house, whether it's it's a federal government building, and it's a place of where legislators work. Most often, I would garner to say 95% of the time, those hallways are huge. The hallways are like they're a normal school hallway times 4. Like to run into somebody in a hallway that big is like, you would have had to have been a big person yourself. And then news to me, which good on him, is Matt Gaetz is filing an ethics complaint against McCarthy following the assault on Burchett. But more so here, Tim Burchett said it was a clean shot to the kidney. I don't know if he said the word punch per se, or if he meant an elbow. Yeah, I guess right there the headline is elbow from CNN. But without further ado, let's go ahead and give it a listen and see what Tim Burchett has to say.
Explain to us what happened with you and Kevin McCarthy.
Well, I was doing an interview with Claudia from NPR, a lovely lady, in which she was asking me a question. And at that time, I got elbowed in the back, and it kind of caught me off guard because it was a clean shot to the kidneys. And I turned back, and there was Kevin. And I for a minute, I was kind of, what the heck just happened? And then I chased after.
While this was happening, the moment this happened, an NPR reporter was actually interviewing Burchett. So I believe there's like a floating audio source around that's like about 1minute and 20 seconds long that supposedly recorded the entire interaction. Now I'll look for that real quick before we end this video, but let's finish through this first.
As I've stated many times, he's a bully with $17 million in a security detail. You know, he's the type of guy that when you're a kid would throw a rock over the fence and run home and hide behind his mama's skirt. And he just, you know, he from behind, that kind of stuff. You know, that's not the way we handle things in East Tennessee. If we have a problem with somebody, I'm going to look them in the eye and talk to them.
Okay, so he walked down the hallway,
Facts. He straight's like, Kevin,
Yo, puss.
hit you in with his elbow.
Yeah, you can go on Claudia's Twitter account. It pretty much or X account.
Right.
It's very accurate.
But, okay, so then just explain. So you chased him? What do you mean you chased him?
I just ran after him. I was like, what the heck? You know, why'd you do that? You know, because it was like I said, if you've ever been hit in the kidneys, it's a little different. You don't have to hit very hard to cause.
anyone who's literally been hit in the kidney, anyone who's had any kind of level of combat training, anything of the like, mixed martial arts, you know how devastating even a 50% jab to the kidneys can do to somebody. Now, Kevin McCarthy had a chance to respond. This is from Charlie Kirk, where this is where Kevin says, I guess our shoulders hit. I didn't run and hit the guy. I did not kidney punch him. Let's just give it a listen to see what Kevin McCarthy had to say about that.
A reporter was interviewing Burchett or something. I guess our shoulders hit because Burchett runs up to me after. I didn't know what he was talking about. Some reporters asked me. I did not run and hit the guy. I did not kidney punch him. I did not shoot anything like that.
You didn't shove him?
No. We're walking through. You were at HC5, right? You guys line up along the way there. It was Bruce Wester and I walking out. He must have been interviewing someone. I didn't know it was him or something. I guess our elbows hit as I walked by.
Something that was pointed out to me, and I'll point it out to you. Listen to how much his voice has fluctuated just while he's saying this. Just like a very, very standard telltale sign that someone is lying through their teeth.
I didn't punch
Did he
anybody.
run after you?
No, yeah, well, I guess it happened because when I was walking back further, I was saying somebody was interviewing me or talking to me, and he comes running up like, why did you hit me or something like that? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even know something transpired.
But reporters or witnesses said it looked like there's plenty of room for you to walk and that you intentionally hit him.
There is, okay, not a place. Show me a reporter who saw that. Call Bruce Westerman. Okay, well, ask Bruce Westerman. No, I did not go up. If I would hit somebody.
Ask Bruce Westerman. Like, I think it's pretty clear what happened. Now, legal ramifications from this, we'll see, man. Like, what a terrible downfall for you to get voted in, and within, a couple months, you're ousted, and now you're literally imploding, committing crimes in that house because you just can't settle bad blood reasonably. Again, inciting from the first example, from the first video, should we let these guys just duke it out if they want to both consent to a mutual combat? Now, who knows? I mean, Kevin McCarthy versus Tim Burchett, that's a coin flip, really. Who knows? They both look like they're over the age of 55. So honestly, I would imagine if they were to do something, I mean, one smack, one good punch is going to end that one. So, but should things be settled politically like that? Who knows? Maybe. I kind of lean yes, just because it would bring some kind of high tea masculinity back into the world, but who knows where that would go? Anyways, rest of the video.
They didn't know I hit.
He said he knew you. He said he was in pain that you hit him so hard in the kidneys.
Come on now.
That's what he said.
Okay. That's far from
Congressman Kinzinger wrote that you pushed him twice while he was in Congress in the chamber.
When have I pushed him?
Kinzinger said he was in the back railing once and you elbowed him and pushed him.
You said
and then
Gates.
Kinzinger.
Oh, no, I don't know about Kinzinger.
Congressman Gates, though, is filing or submitting a complaint to the Ethics Committee over this issue. Do you have any response to Congressman Gates?
No, I think ethics is a good place for Gates to be.
But what is that even supposed to mean? You know, I don't enjoy watching a man self-implode in real time, no matter kind of how much I might despise them, their beliefs, their politics. But this is just like, that example that Burchett gave in the first video is very accurate. If there's been multiple instances of this dude doing like, you know, sneaky stuff where he's pushing people in the back, then like walking and be like, whoa, what happened? You know, that is the classic example of a dude who would throw a rock over a fence and then go run and hide in his house. It's exactly who this guy is. That was very poignant by Tim.
this is his words, as a kid, would throw a rock and then go hide under his mom's skirt. That was his exact words. What's your response to that?
Who I am.
Is there bad blood between you and Burchett? None at all after he voted to oust you?
No.
What would you just say about the issue of decorum in Congress? I mean, there was a House oversight hearing where a member was called a Smurf. You have over in the Senate.
When did that happen?
Today.
Oversight.
Who did that?
You have
James
Senator
Moscow.
You have Senator Mullen, who was like about to
He
fight
smiles.
Teamster with.
That is kind of funny though.
Why do you think things are so tense? Sorry. Why do you think
I
things
think
are so tense
I think
right now?
members have been.
The funniest thing about that is she actually touched him. It's like, I'm sorry, don't take my kidneys. Oh no, man. This stuff's so sleazy. It's so sleazy and gross. Like, and it's like, what's even gonna matter? Like, they're gonna have an official complaint on file that he was a bad boy in Congress. Like, inkjet garbage happened when this stuff's happening, dude. Like, but that just again brings up to a point, my bigger point here, which is look at how ridiculous. Look at how we're just ridiculously childish and so unserious our politics are. And it just shows like the complete disconnect with everyone on the ground, everyone, your neighbors, the people you see in the grocery store, everyone who sits there and is just like, I have nothing. Like groceries are this, gas is this, like school's coming up. Like I just like, what am I supposed to do? The finances, we're both working. We're never in the home. Like, and it just compiles and compiles and compiles. And then these are the people who vote to, spend whatever amounts of money, send it wherever, make all these stupid decisions, say, don't impeach Joe Biden, like, it's just, we're getting close to that point where regular people are just going to walk into that building and just be like, where's my money? Like, I don't care what you signed. I don't care what you put a stupid piece of paper and pen to that said whatever country XYZ, Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, so you want to send money to for whatever program. No, we're going to rip that piece of paper up, find a way to put that money back in America's pockets. And it's all connected. Everything's got a compounding effect on something else. And, it's hard to gauge it. I went to OSU for economics, and if anything was one of the smaller points that they make that kind of is a philosophical thing to understand when looking at economics is the butterfly effect, right? And America has essentially been sitting in its own feces of a butterfly effect from nonstop bad policy decision making with a repetitively just provoked populace that's constantly like, that's losing money on savings, that am I even going to have a social security net? Probably not even going to think about relying on it. And you could say it's coming to a head, but I don't see an end to this. I think this is just going to be the continuation of American politics, is just these kind of childish moments. It's performative. It's what can make me go viral on Twitter, what can boost me now. Hey, look at me. And then now I'm selling this kind of stuff. The attention economy has kind of really, really warped everything at hyper speed to ensure that we get these kinds of moments, because that's what people play for. And now Kevin McCarthy is a household name, and it's all of these viral moments. Matt Gaetz, household name now. Now, obviously, he's been putting in some good work, but I think most regular people would know about him because he's the guy who had the viral moment ousting Kevin McCarthy. And that's the attention economy. That's the way things work. That's why you see these videos of ice cream so good, spicy, ice cream so good, because it's just like, it's algorithmically pushed. Those things, like humans are learning from the algorithm now. Like, look at the algorithm. This is what it's pushing. Adapt behavior, change my behavior, so the algorithm takes me on the ride. And it's sad. So all the people you see bent over in the streets of Philadelphia, on drugs, it's finally like it's reaching the top. The just crap that is what America is right now. It's went from 30 to 40 to 50. Now it's at like the 85th percentile. It's we're finding it in the Senate. you know, and within a couple of days of each other, if not within 24 hours. You know, a senator challenging someone during a hearing to fight, now paired with active members of Congress, like attempting to hit each other in the back in broad daylight during interviews. Like, well, like, what is this, right? Like, what is that? And it's American politics, man. But like I said, I wanted to keep this one short. I didn't want to run too long. It looks wild wearing these headphones. But I want to continue. I want to keep pushing this. My locals page is still up in case anything happens where I get censored or not, but I haven't had any kind of risk with that in the last couple of months. So we'll see though. YouTube likes to play favorites. YouTube likes to do random things. So if anything happens to me, I'll move everything over to locals. But for now, I'm going to keep pushing on the YouTube grind. Again, I'm aiming to try to, I'm aiming, forgive me, for 1,000 subscribers and hitting those 4,000 watch hours, monetizing the channel. And then from that point forward, I can bit by bit keep working on things, focus more on quality content over quantity. I'm going to have to do quantity for a bit because I do want to hit the monetization period point. And with my one video that set everything off, blowing up in February earlier this year, I'm reaching kind of like the 3-month period where I need to get my subscribers there, hit the watch hours, get fully monetized. Because I should say I am monetized already. I'm in the partner program, so I have super chats activated. I have some of the other perks like channel memberships, I believe, none of which I've looked into because I don't see a point or a benefit to it right now because I don't really have any kind of live stream set up for you guys to super chat in. That's something I should look forward to look into. Getting back into streaming. It's obviously much easier to record a set segment, edit it when I can, and then post it to YouTube, which is what I got big doing, or I organically grown doing that, less so live streaming. But obviously the attention economy dictates that live streaming should be a tool in my arsenal if I want to compete with the rest of the big dogs. But I appreciate you all, everyone that's still here, all 700 plus of you, and hopefully we can hit that 1,000 mark, and then we'll make it 2,000, and so on and so forth, and hopefully be a shining piece fighting against wokeness, fighting against this incestuous kind of Marxist, feminine communism that's overtaken our country. This kind of the moralist, godless society that we're sitting in currently. And stay blessed. You know, I pray every single day for whether it's myself and personal issues, and I pray for the world too. So appreciate you for tuning in. I didn't reach the end of the video. If you did, I appreciate you very much. But thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.